Hi guys, I already posted these tips on TikTok, but I will be doing it again here because I felt like it. So here are some tips for pressure coming from somebody with almost 50 wins. And here's evidence if you don't believe that. Number 1, Angler and his variants. Angler is obviously a common entity, so here's survival tips for him and his variants. When the lights flicker and you hear Angler scream, get into a safe spot or a locker as soon as possible, because there's front Angler and regular Angler. For Angler is where he comes from the door ahead of you, and regular is just coming from behind. And during the ridge, you don't want to get into a locker you don't want to just get into a locker immediately. You wait until it's really loud and your screen's shaking, because if you get in too early, you might panic and get out. Blitz. The lights will flicker twice, and you have 5 to 7 seconds to get to a locker or a safe spot if you can that fast. I've only ever done that a few times. And at the ridge, if you hear similar to white noise, it's signaling that blitz is coming, and you gotta hide in a safe spot or locker. I recommend really a locker as soon as possible, unless you're doing certified clown. Pinky, the lights don't flicker, so you have to really rely on audio. If you hear like a non-stop high-pitched screaming, that sounds similar to, like more of like I don't know how to explain it. You want to hide in a locker or safe spot. Chain smoker is slow, so if you go into a locker when the lights flicker, you're going to die. So instead, go to a locker at the end of the room and wait until you see chain smoker on the opposite side of the room, or go to a safe spot if there is one. You'll be safe. When green smoke appears outside your locker or safe spot, it's fine to get out. Frogger. She comes 3 times, so go to a locker or a safe spot when you hear her. I guess her scream is kind of deep. I'm not sure how to explain this one. Wait until she passes twice. And if you're in a locker, get out, and then when you hear her scream again, go back inside the locker. But if you're really in like a speed run, you can just go to the next room, then to a locker, then there. And you can just stay in a safe spot until she's gone. Number 2 is pandemonium. This one is easy to avoid for people who have experience with the minigame. If you're a new player, it's kind of more difficult. I got it on my first try though, but when I was doing lockerless, I died. That's why I only have 1 death. So pandemonium will sometimes go to safe spots if you're like behind a desk without your head down that doesn't have any like cover below it. And I recommend going to the wall next to the door and then looking forward. And the lights will flicker. You may mistake it for an angler at first, but you can go to vents as long as they don't have like They aren't just like front and back, like a straight line. Has to be like a lightning bolt kind of, but straight lines. So like right and then side passageway and then up, you know? I don't know. If it doesn't have a middle, it's not safe. There is this room where the vents are in the ground. It can also appear in trench rooms. So, well, sometimes anyways. Trench rooms are really hard for lockerless if you're trying to do that. If you're doing the minigame on PC, you have to drag your mouse across to the middle again when it gets flung, you know, by Pandemonium. Mobile, it's just simple, drag your finger. I'm pretty sure it's easier than on PC and laptop. Number 3 is Good People. This one is really easy to avoid. At the ridge, it has a broadcast that makes your diving gear like getting close to detonation. Quickly get out of the area. If there's an angler coming, go to a locker. Not recommended to go into a locker while it's beeping. I did that once and I got Pandemonium and I died, so that was on alt though, so it didn't count as a death to Pandemonium anyways. I lost track. So anyways, back to Good People. There's false doors. If you're breathing, like dragon-like breathing, it's a false door, but if you go into one, you'll get jump scared by Good People. And I'm pretty sure you take 55 damage. So, you'll die if you're on low health below, you'll die if you're below 45, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my math is right. Number 4 is Squiddles. This one was really easy to avoid. I died to it in a speedrun, I'm pretty sure, because lag. It's just gotta go there. But it is easy to avoid. If you shine your light at it, you have 1 second, exactly 1 second to look away or put it away, you know. Other than that, if you get near it, you just walk away, you know. Unless you want a jump scare for the badge. You can also get the badge if you aggro Squiddle above 90%. They only appear in the dark if you don't know that. Number 5 is Puddles of Void Mass. This one, again, is really easy to avoid. My first death was for death any percent, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. If you see a locker with red, purple, yellow, or green eyes in it, since there's new variants of it, and if there's a puddle under the locker, do not go or hide in it. You will need a teammate to get you out, or if you're doing a solo run, you will die. But if you're trying to get death any percent like I did, then you need to go into one of those lockers only at door 0, and it's not really a high percentage chance you'll get one. Number 6 is Wall Dwellers, which I'm pretty sure we all hate. I hate him. This one relies heavily on audio cues, so I don't know how to describe it, like a squelching, slimy sound. Yes, some people are gonna be like, that's what she said, whatever. This one, if you don't hear it, oh, there is one that I'm pretty sure you can't hear at times. It's the one with the fungi mushrooms. I forgot what they were called. The only time a wall dweller ever comes out of one of those is when there is like, it looks like a poster in the fungi, and I forgot the room, whatever it was called. All I know is sometimes a turret can appear in that room, but if there's fungi in that room, then when you go to the next door, just look behind you. But anyways, back to the regular wall dwellers. If you hear that kind of noise coming from a door you previously went through, look back at the door you just entered until the wall dweller runs away, because it's kind of hard to hear if you get one after a trench bleeder room. I connected those on accident. Let me rephrase that. Once it runs away, I lost track, but that's okay. You're safe after it runs away, but I had one come back before. It probably was just some sort of lag glitch because my Wi-Fi sucks. But yeah, if you had a trench bleeder room and get one, I did before and died to it, it's gonna be hard to hear because I did not hear it. Lucy's big back. But if there's an angler coming and a wall dweller coming, get into a look at it and go into a locker or safe spot real quick. And then when an angler comes by, go back in previous rooms to check, because once you find the wall dweller on the floor, you can eat it. And you'll slowly regenerate health. And you'll get a badge called We Out of Wall Dwellers. Number 7 is internal oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. Number 7, internal defense system / turrets. They're easy to avoid as long as you're used to them. You just hide until the laser points away, then you move up until it moves away, then flip the switch. But if it's that one turret that we all hate that has 3 turrets in one room, once the 2 point in opposite directions, you can go to the turret that's guarding the switch and just avoid those lasers. And then flip that switch. I love the feeling after I successfully do that without taking damage. Number 8 is searchlights. These are easy to avoid other than at the finale. I spent 30 Robux on accident due to rage and won anyways. On the door 60 to 70 boss fight, it can appear throughout those doors, I'm pretty sure. I think I got one on door 58, so it doesn't matter. During solo, you need 5 generators repaired. I think 9 when you're in 2-player, 14 with 3, and I think it only goes up to 14. You need to repair them as quickly as possible, but every time you repair a generator, it progressively gets faster. So repair them quickly and move to the next one. But if the searchlights is near, then you're going to want to hide under blocks and cargo containers or the lift things. I don't know what they're called, okay? But after the ridge / what I call part 2, you're gonna want to wait for the searchlights to go, and then I recommend doing the ones at the top of that cave that goes down towards the middle, because I struggle when there's more than 2 there, and I forgot to repair those wires. And then after that, I would recommend going to the middle, because it's gonna hard to access those wires when there is always 2 or 3. I have experience on that. I got cornered by all 3 of them at one point when I was a beginner. Anyways, but once there is 3, you're gonna want to be extra careful to do the wires. But they're really fast to do. They're faster than the generators, so. But I'll explain finale later because I already have. Wait, no. I changed my mind. The finale, you're gonna want to blah blah blah. Wait until there's no lights pointing at the submarine, then go into the submarine, look up at the window above, and when the two lights that you can see are separate, like not connecting in any way, you're going to want to just go for it. Get to that cave as fast as possible. If you don't, you're gonna die like me. I tried one-shotting that. Hell no. Did not work. Greatest day of my life. Loved that day. I quit pressure for a day after that. Because if you're like me, I have an issue with my win to death ratio. If you played with me during an attempt of this badge sucks, you would know that. So don't tell me to off myself. Anyways, number 9, black site hazards. Well, I call them that. I'm not even sure. They're really easy to avoid. I've only encountered a few, I'm pretty sure. Let me think. Oh, I missed some. So what you don't want to do is go in the water with electricity sparks. You'll take, I'm pretty sure, 15 damage. Stray away from holes in the ground. If you fall in one, you will die. And be careful with the fans. Time it well. I'm pretty sure you take 15 damage from that as well. Fire, I've never taken damage from it. So I wouldn't know. I'm unsure of the other few because in the document there's more redacted spaces. I don't believe I've encountered them. Number 10 is A60 / the multi-monster. This one's a bit rare to get, but the developers made it more common to get, so I may be wrong. But the lights won't flicker. If you've encountered that, you already know it. The red text will appear at the bottom of your screen. When it does, you have 3 seconds to get into a locker or a safe spot. If you're not stupid like me, you wouldn't have gone into that vent that straight. It only comes by once though, so if you're worried that it's like Frogger, it is not. I hid in that locker for a long time. Number 11 is Stan, which is character. It's from Identity Fraud. If you haven't played it, you need to play Identity Fraud. It's on Roblox if you're not sure. Anyways, this one appears in its Identity Fraud rare room. Oh no, I misspelled it. Follow the stands to reach the end of the room, but do not touch them. Sure, you can see him in containment in heavy containment rooms at times, but it can't kill you there. Can in Identity Fraud room. Number 12 is PDG. It occurs when you go outside the map underwater, such as those little holes when you, there are also safe spots, underwater rooms, or at the ridge if you go to the paths before you grab the crystal, but retreat back when you hear it about to detonate. During Good People's broadcast, you can go as quickly as you can through it to make the diving gear detonation stop because, well, that's just how it works, okay? I'm not sure how to explain any of this. I'm just going as my brain wants to go. Number 13 is the trench bleeders. They're easy to avoid at the end cutscene. Don't go forward unless you're going just up. But anyways, that was a long pause. Wait at the exit for Luke. Oh my god. I almost said Luke, huh? Wait at the cave's exit for Lucy to step on the searchlights. In a trench bleeder room, follow the path that's engraved into the ground to not get stepped on. If you do go above it, you are guaranteed to get stepped on if there is one near. If you revive when you get stepped on, you'll find that your items have been squashed and you cannot find them. But however, if you do get stepped on, you get the squish badge or whatever it is. I forgot Lopi since I haven't died to him, but he only appears when you're in anything but a solo run. Well, unless you get flung out of the map, of course. If you're behind and the next door closes, he will appear and kill you, so don't stay behind and you will be fine. But if you're attempting to get group of sweats or this badge sucks, then you can just say X the door previous of the members behind closed, or X1/X2. 1 door / 2 doors behind the members have shut. It'll usually be the job of a Lopi watcher. Ignore that part. That's it. If I do get to 50 subscribers on here, I'll actually put my gameplays live. I might not talk throughout them because I have a large family and they are crazy loud.